Explain to me, if you're Kyle Shanahan, why do you still want Jake Moody on this team? He drives you nuts, Kyle. Your face is contorting and changing colors on a daily basis because of this guy. Like, you needed to meditate. I don't understand why the Niners seemingly want to continue to sign up for this aggravation. A quote, we're looking into all that now with regard to the kicking situation. I love Kyle. We're looking into that now. Oh, did you just get to it? Yeah, we're going to sit down and watch some film. What do you need to see? He came into yesterday's game 11 for his last 21 and then doinked a 27-yarder.
Doinker.
You, by the way, I know you hate this word today. You got lucky that didn't cost you the game. A lot of other people deserve credit for the fact that didn't cost you a game. But you go on the road in the division, play a grinder, absolutely gag 6 points, and then find yourselves with 3:30 to go down by 3 with the ball in your hands. And somebody who's had one target thrown to him his entire life steps in front of a defensive back and wins the game for you. Use whatever words you want, but the 49ers ought to feel incredibly fortunate that Jake Moody, who advertised that he was going to cost you a game, didn't cost you the game. Very fortunate.
And he was not alone. The blocked field goal was not on him.
That's correct.
You know, he might have come up and stepped up and drilled that one. They might have protected the kick, and he might have missed it anyway. Who knows? But what happened is what happened. And so for Kyle Shanahan, I do think you take a day and you take a deep breath and you look around and you go, okay, that was not what we want from Jake Moody. What do we do about it? And also, you look around the league, and you mentioned this earlier. I don't have all the names of all the kickers who miss kicks, but kicking was not great yesterday.
No, it wasn't great.
My point, though, Mark, is if other teams are going to be out there sniffing around for a replacement kicker, you may want to be ahead of the curve.
I don't think that will happen, but it was not lost on all 49er fans that the guy who kicked all the balls through the upright for the Bills last night, including the game winner, was on the street a week and a half ago.
Right.
And their kicker, Tyler Bass, went on IR. But by the way, he's going to come back. And then what's going to happen with Matt Prater? So maybe you want to look at Matt Prater. Greg Joseph is available and has been working out. Mayoko called him the other day. Hey, Greg, you still ready? Yup, I'm ready. Okay, so that's an option because he looked good in camp when he was in there, and he's a veteran. And there are always a bunch of kickers on the street. I love what Richard Sherman said about this. Richard Sherman's podcast, and this is what I want to echo. I'm kind of done fighting about it. I'm more now on the quest to understand. Explain it to me like I'm a child. Explain to me why you still want, if you're Kyle Shanahan, why? Why do you still want Jake Moody on this team? He drives you nuts, Kyle.
They all drive him nuts.
Your face is contorting and changing colors on a daily basis because of this guy. He made the special teams coach take a walk in a preseason game 3 weeks ago. Like, he needed to meditate. I need to understand. Someone explain to me what naked pictures this guy's got because I don't get it. I don't understand why the Niners seemingly want to continue to sign up for this aggravation.
Because you know what that is, right? That they've signed up for.
It's an aggravation sensation.
No doubt. No doubt. And they are not completely pot committed, but they've committed, whether it's the draft pick. I think that whole idea of, man, we used a third-round pick, and therefore we have to hold on to him, I think that's now gone by the boards.
Agreed.
I think that's no longer a part of it. But if you are Shanahan and you talk to your special teams coach and you look at the kicker, he does have a big leg. He has the ability to kick the ball a long way, and he's made some big kicks in the past. We all focus on the misses. And so if you're Shanahan, you look at the whole thing in totality. And I do also believe that you look at the second half of last year when he came back from the injury, and you realize that he was a kicker dealing with an injury, so you go ahead and file that under maybe just injury, and you hope that he can be better this year. And so far, through one game, that was not a very good statement for Jake Moody to make. Even the one field goal he did make kind of snuck in there. It was a little bit of a block, and you know this as a golfer, and you don't often go through this, I don't think. I know I never do, where you have what they call a two-way miss, where normally I hit the ball, the golf ball, and it goes to the right 95% of the time. I almost never hit it and it goes left. Yeah. Jake Moody right now has a two-way miss. He's missing left, and he's blocking them right, and they're not missing. So that becomes, for me, the bigger issue where if you're a kicker or you're a golfer and you're going through the two-way miss and you don't know, like it's aim right and it goes right.
I totally have that.
Yeah.
I can just as easily hook one as slice one or whatever.
That's really disconcerting.
Greg Joseph in his career, because you keep bringing up the big leg, he is 17 for 30 in his career from beyond 50 yards.
Greg Joseph.
Okay. The player who was in camp with the 49ers. He is only 30 years old. 17
for 30 is not great anymore.
From 50 plus?
I mean, I'm sure it's okay.
It's not terrible. He's only tried, gosh, he was with a bunch of teams last year. He was with 3 different teams last year, and he only tried 2 and made 1 from beyond 50 yards. But, you know, go back to age 27, 2021 with the Minnesota Vikings. He was 7-9 from beyond 50 yards. Mixed bag, but you're right, the 50-yard field goal is like not a big deal anymore.
Yep.
And Minnesota played in a dome, so that
Moody is 6 of 12 in his career.
Okay.
On 50 plus.
Okay.
So, I mean, similar percentages. Greg Joseph slightly better.
A little bit better.
17 for 30, slightly better than 50%, but just to give some perspective on the Moody correlation.
I guess my point is the big leg, if you're only kicking 50% of them, you can find somebody else to do that who maybe also makes better than 50% of the ones that are inside of 30 yards, for crying out loud.